Well, welcome back, everybody. It's been a bit of time since our last session, so I'll go ahead and give us a little bit of recap before we jump back into things. Last time, our party had continued on their journey back towards the barracks of the Hooded Lanterns, back towards the cosmological clock tower, where you took a evening to rest and recuperate after your harrowing exploration of Castle Draken, quite possibly one of the most dangerous places in the city of Drakenheim. Having likely found what you were looking for, as well as many things you were not expecting, including the former steward of the city of Drakenheim, Johann Eisner, a collection of demons, strange abominations abound, ghostly apparitions, and a extremely disturbing series of extra-dimensional abominations, unlike anything you've ever seen before. As you passed by the Dran River, you saw some very strangely mutated Minotaur-like creatures occupying the bridge, but you chose to narrowly avoid said creatures or any interactions with those as you headed towards the tower. After resting and recuperating, you began your return back to the Hooded Lanterns barracks. Upon arriving, you were greeted by Elias Drexel, the commander of the Hooded Lanterns, his lieutenants and adoptive children, as well as Eldrick Runeweaver. From there, you began a long conversation about what had occurred in the Castle Draken and possible next steps, now determining that it was either a choice to let the fight come to you under your enemy's terms or take the fight to them at your own terms to potentially collect the remaining seals of the city of Drakenheim. The only means by which you could potentially garner the power of the crown were you to secure that within the Castle Draken, or give the seals to the former steward and have him seal the entire city and its defenses once and for all. After a long conversation about the possibility of attacking the stronghold of the Queensmen, a place now that you've been several times on different occasions through your experiences here in the city of Drakenheim, you came out into the courtyard as Eldrick Runeweaver bids you adieu, heading elsewhere, but not for too long, as Eldrick Runeweaver arrived on the opposite side of the barracks, expecting you to have the same meeting that you just concluded. A strange, unnerving realization that the individual that you had just spoken with in detail about your plans likely wasn't who he says he, or said, likely wasn't who he said he was. And even under the banner of a zone of truth, you come to realize that your enemy is extremely elusive. But nevertheless, you have a choice to make. Do you continue with the plan and simply expedite your choices, or do you choose to plan something else? Either way, your adversaries and other entities within the city of Drakenheim are continuing to stir and grow in strength. And you will have to make a choice, or the choice will be made for you. With that in mind, what would you all like to do?
So just remind, we've already had a meeting with the real Elder Grimroot
Yes.
Weaver at this point, right?
Yeah, he's now speaking in a heated discussion with Elias Drexel about what just transpired. And you can see them just below the entrance to the captain's quarters here, the offices that are up in these large towered areas on the southern portcullis gates.
Got it. Okay. I mean, without knowing what they're saying, they're expecting us at this point for us to attack at some interval here. I feel like the sooner we're able to mobilize and do it, the better it will be overall. Mm-hmm. Especially since they might not be expecting from a time frame perspective. But open to suggestions.
I mean, I'm down to climb.
Of course.
I mean, you know me. Yeah, I was going to say, you know me.
Chugrulk, as you think about what your companions are discussing, another thought crosses your mind about a document you had found within the Castle Draken. As you have a time to rest your weary thoughts, other distant memories pass into the forefront of your mind, and you recall the document that you found within the vaults of the Castle Draken. A document that conflicts with the very reason that you are here in the city of Drakenheim. A high-stakes, significant bounty on your head always lingers in your mind. The whole reason you are here in this city now, to either clear your name or garner enough wealth to clear it in that manner. But the document in your possession now conflicts with the statements by the nobility, conflicting with the time frame of the supposed murder of a noble. The proof that you sought now rests squarely in your possession. And although there are still those that might dispute said proof, it is proof nonetheless. Proof that you are no murderer in cold blood. And proof that you have succeeded in your long-term goal here in the city of Drakenheim. As such, above the table, you have completed your personal quest.
Yes. However, if I can go into an internal monologue here.
Sure. What is Chugrulk thinking in this moment?
My long time in the games, in the ring, I've always longed for some people I can count on. So this has kind of gone beyond me. I think I'm here to help with the group. You know, this isn't just my quest anymore. So I think that, like, I know that I've ticked my box, but I'm more or less here to, you know, I've got a bit of a solidarity with my group. They've helped me get what I need, and I'm here to help in the same vein.
A selfless sentiment. A soldier's sentiment. But above the table, mechanically, you are awarded either an additional ASI in this moment or an additional feat, whichever you prefer.
Damn, okay.
So
Shit.
opportunistically, you get an extra feat or ASI in this situation as you have succeeded in your personal quest in this moment in time.
Beautiful. So that works as my 10k, like essentially as well. Like that was my second. Like that was my knowledge, right? Like I needed my money to clear my name, but
Money and or proof of your innocence.
and proof. Yeah. Okay. Yep. Beautiful. Beautiful. Well then, I think I will take I'll take a point.
You would get an additional point or 2 points or 2 points in one category or 1 in 2 categories. The same way your ASI's already worked.
Just
So
like-
yeah,
I'm
you would
gonna
just
definitely
essentially
that.
do it again. Yeah. So what you would
Just
do
do it,
is, you would change either 1 by 2 points or another by or 2 by 1 point.
Right. And so do I just go straight into the anvil and do that?
So what you would do in this case, you would need to. Give me just a moment
not
here.
sure exactly.
You can click on
Yeah, it's
whatever
under
stat
your-
you want, and there will be
Yeah.
a thing for other modifier
There you go.
or an override score. You can go in there and just change the scoring from that.
Right.
Okay, hang on, I'm just jumping back into my character sheet.
like tab number 4
whoops.
on the edit.
Roll that one.
Right.
Oh, other modifier, yeah. So just
Yeah.
Bring it
So
up
you
by
can
1.
change 1 by 2 or 2 by 1. You know, so if you wanted to bump your strength up, up to the maximum, you could potentially do that in this moment.
I'm gonna bump my Oh yeah, no, actually that's
Strength,
yeah,
strength
that's
or
a good call.
constitution or dex. I mean, you got several, items that you could potentially bring up to.
Big.
No,
Oh,
you're
boy.
right. I was thinking about some other stuff, but I'm actually gonna take that into account, and I'm gonna definitely go with the double strength.
Yeah, you don't have to make the decision right now, but just before, it becomes more impactful before your next ability check or attack roll or anything. Just make that decision. Or you can look into another feat. It's up to you.
Yeah,
That is your choice to make as a successful personal quest has been in the books.
Completed.
Yes. But as a group, you now must decide what you intend to do. Do you force your enemy's hands, or do you think of another means or path you'd like to take in this endeavor? This is above the table, this is pretty much a pivotal moment where you as a group need to decide what you want to do,
Okay, I'm getting
because it will determine where we go from here.
I'm getting worried, y'all.
We're in the end game now, bitches.
Yeah. If I were to go with the feat option, how would I change that just so I can have a quick squeeze? If
So you go to your features and traits, and then under feats category, the subcategory, there's manage feats. And then if you click that, then you can add another feat.
Right. Yeah, okay, thank you.
There you go. Yeah. Just make sure you do it from the 5e core rules and not the 5.5.
Okay, yeah, that's good to know as well.
Yeah, 5.5, we are not using that.
Beautiful, yeah.
For those listening at home, this is still a 5e campaign. I'm not going to get into 5.5 or D&D 1 or whatever the F they're calling it.
D&D 1.
Yeah. But yeah. As you all see Chugrulk mulling over his thoughts and some scattered documents that he has brought along with him back from the castle, what are the rest of you doing in this moment? Or thinking?
Giorgio is tired. and wants this to be over with. So I think he is hoping, but would not say it out loud, that everybody's like, let's just go for it.
And I was quite vocal about my desire to meet them at their door, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
Bring the fight to them. I'm game.
Is that the party consensus is to
Yeah.
push forward with the plan regardless of whether or not it's been exposed?
Yeah. Here, I'll give you one. Cedric, I think if
It's
you
me.
think we should be going for it now, I've got no objections.
I think we're all at a agreement then that we're going to make our way straight to them. As long as we get the buy-in from the other two. Look up at the balcony. So I think our next course of action is to go ahead and get buy-in from the two leaders and see what kind of support they can offer.
Wait, I think that I took damage since the long rest, though, right?
You shouldn't have. You
Shouldn't
should be
have,
at
no.
full health. Yeah, I don't think anybody's
Alright.
had any damaging.
Okay, all good.
Yeah, just hit your long rest.
That's why I'm double checking to make sure.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
I
should
was
have
pretty
all had a long
tapped, I'm
rest.
like,
Yeah, you should have all had a long rest after the clock tower.
Okay. I'm very tapped, so I've
Sure.
I'm clicking it again. Why not?
You see Eldrick and Elias having a heated conversation with the occasional input from Petra or Ansem, who are intermittently discussing with various captains and sergeants, various intermediary leaders around the barracks. There's definitely this air of suspicion that you see around after this very blatant incursion. And you do overhear, even at this distance, from a number of the guards, a few of them are saying, "Do you hear? You hear one of them went missing and showed up a few days later and then disappeared again. Every time they come back, they don't remember shit. It's like every time they disappear, our minds just... everything that happens in those couple days, they're just gone. Poof." Yeah, I heard about that. It doesn't sound like... It's like they just vanished from the world for that period of time. But, I mean, clear that they were here. Right? And damn Queensmen, man. Whatever they have. Can't trust anybody right now. I don't even know if I can trust you. No, I trust you. Just random bits of gossip you hear from the guards up on the parapets as they lean and watch out on the city centers. It seems like the only people who aren't, chitter-chattering are those with that, are not left with idle hands. Those in the blacksmith, the various apothecaries, those preparing various shipments incoming and being exported out of the barracks to various parts of the city. But there's definitely a stricter code of conduct coming in and out of both of the gates, as you saw coming in and out of the barracks. But nevertheless, it seems like more and more of the Hooded Lanterns are gearing up for an all-out assault at this point. This is the most of their numbers you've ever seen within the barracks themselves. Usually their numbers are fairly spread out, in various parts of the cities. This is the first time you've seen a large number of Hooded Lanterns in uniform, prepared and, gearing up for essentially what is war since the incursion to the religious district when you retook the cathedral. You also see a number of the Amethyst Academy passing through. But even they are I would say they're even under more scrutiny than those individuals of the Hooded Lanterns. And that's causing a bit of animosity, you see, at the gates between these two different factions, that even though they are cooperating, there's definitely some distrust that's been sown between everyone, both within and without, due to disappearances, leaked information, and the like. Nevertheless, it's definitely the most organized you've seen these two groups in a very long time. And just as you begin, you make these observations, you hear the words of Elias Drexel come up on your group. Well, despite what's transpired, I don't think we have much of a choice. What say the four of you in this matter?
I think we might be on the same page. Take the fight straight to him.
They pretty much forced our hand, but that doesn't mean we can't spring the trap, so to speak. And even though this Queensmen network seems invasive, as far as I can tell, they lack coordination like we have here. And of course, if Eldrick, you can assist us with support, that we will, yes, we're happy to support as much as we can within the Edicts of Lumen. Right. We'll certainly assist either monetarily or with assistance in your endeavors at a later date with the repairs of the Inscrutable Tower. Benefits on both ends. But we'll need supplies for our men, various protections from any arcane attacks entering that part of the city, and most immediately for our incursion party right here. And as he says that word incursion party, you four are the only ones who've seen in great detail this, I don't know what you'd call inner sanctum of these Queensmen. So if anyone's going to find wherever the seals might be stored or any sort of information pertaining to them, it would be the four of you. My thought was to cause as much of a commotion above ground as possible, while you proceed to find any information or find the seals themselves in this Queen of Thieves hollow, wherever she's hiding. and the Amethyst Academy will certainly assist with disguising or mitigating any of, well, at least cloaking you to the best of our abilities, as much as one can cloak a smaller scale force. But is there anything beyond this matter that you need or would like to procure to assist you in your endeavors?
I think the less that we worry about the haze, the better it will be overall for us. If we can figure out a supply of aqua to Spergo, the one.
We can certainly supply you with at least individual inoculations for the time being. Enough for at least one incursion into the deeper parts of the haze if that becomes necessary.
Perfect.
Anything else?
Gents?
Mm. I don't believe so.
I'm good.
Very well.
Oh, you know what? Did anybody take that helmet that we found to get inspected?
I think Chugrulk had it? Or somebody has it. I know you had the helm, the one that was covered in jewels.
Yeah. I remember it being like
Yeah, I thought that
it
was
was like
Chugrulk.
Arcana charged, but I don't know if anybody took it. I don't know. I don't know what it was. I don't remember.
Somebody
The
had it, but
Chancellor's Crest, or?
no, that's the
No.
seal. That's very obvious. But there was
Yeah.
in my inventory.
I definitely.
somebody has it, but you didn't identify it. I don't think
Yeah.
at the time.
Did it have an
might be-
official name at all, Stopper?
No, you hadn't identified it. You just knew it was like a heavily gem encrusted helmet.
Yeah, I remember.
It's
Well,
I
one of
have
us
it.
has it. Oh, you
It's
have
not
it.
listed in
No,
my
no.
inventory.
I'm just saying I can do identify whoever.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
whoever
'cause
finds it. Yeah.
That's the only other thing that we had that I can remember that was like something and I don't think I could use it because it's magical, right? But I mean, we've got Magic Eye. So
Did somebody want to identify it, or did you want to ask Eldrick to identify it?
I was going to ask Eldrick too, but if you wanted to him, like I don't need to hand it to him, you know.
Yeah. Hold on. I'm just double checking what I. Yeah, that's fine. Sure.
Okay. You wrap your own arcane energy around this gem-encrusted helmet, this beautifully ornate, borderline gaudy helmet, until it begins to reveal its in-depth nature to you. This is a helm of brilliance.
Sounds cool.
It should be, among the various D&D items. If you search that, yeah, Helm of Brilliance.
Oh.
It's currently set with about 20 gems total. It has 4 diamonds, 5 rubies, 3 opals, and 10 other miscellaneous gems. I'm sorry, 10 where's the other one? Opal fire. I'm sorry. There's only 3 different types. The majority are opals. There's 4 diamonds and 5 rubies. So they have various effects tied to them. The helm does require attunement.
Well, that's nifty.
Yeah, reading over it, this thing's pretty fucking cool.
You would imagine based on its just the gems alone are probably worth 6,000 to 7,000 gold, but the helm itself and its various properties, this item alone is probably worth a noble's estate or more, ranging from 20 to 25,000 gold. And its combined value.
I can't attune to anything else because I've got 3 things I'm attuned to that I don't want to take off. But if anybody else wants this thing,
I think I'm kind of like attuned to my max as well. I think I can only tune to 2.
normally you get 3.
Okay.
Yeah, you can attune up to 3
Well, I think I'm
items.
already wearing a headpiece. Wait, what's the crest? Is that an amulet or is that a headpiece?
It's a helm of brilliance. It's a headpiece.
Well, I'm talking about the one that I'm already. Yeah,
The crest is a
that I'm-
necklace. It's like a
Yeah,
pendant.
right. That's what. Yeah. I mean, I technically could.
If you want to
But-
wear a
but
magical helmet.
But again, I've got like what's the shield and the sword? Like one of them, I don't have to attune to. That's kind of wild to me. Am I, like, just not-
If you were to, you're not currently attuned to the other, the shield of Saint Vitruvio. You're only attuned to Ignatius.
Yes.
But if you were to attune to the shield, then yeah, you would be loaded up.
Yeah. Right. That's. Well, I think it's just hard. Like So yeah, if anyone else wants it, like I technically have 3 things that I could attune to. So yeah.
What is the tuning to the shield get you?
Well, it's hard because like I get less AC, but it's got 3 charges of where is it? When it's spellcast within 60 feet of me, it targets me with a spell or includes me in the area of a spell. I can expend a charge from the shield to cast a counter spell. But I'm not sure how strong my counter spell is because of my stats, if you know what I mean. So I've been going with the harder shield.
It's a blanket. Counterspell works on any 3rd level or below spell automatically, and then above that, then you have to roll off against it.
Right, so it might be worth me swapping shields and attuning to this rather than taking.
So, for
Yeah.
instance, if somebody was to cast a base fireball at level 3, counterspell works automatically. It just
Speaking
negates
of,
it.
if anybody was thinking about, because I now remember what someone was talking about being a shield. If anyone wants a shield +1 with +3 AC, I could give you that, and I could use this shield that I could attune to, or you could take that shield and attune to it. So, I mean, I'm just throwing it out there. It sounds like we're about to come up with some hard shits.
Yeah, I think it's worth choosing what we want to attune to and attuning to it now.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna throw that out there. You guys let me know. But yeah, I've got I can stick with the harder shield, or someone can use my shield and I can attune to a shield, which would probably be preferable. Because I've got really no counterspell measures right now.
Counterspells would be huge for
Yeah,
the whole
for me, I
party.
think.
If somebody had that, whether it's you or not.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
Um,
I just think because I'm the shield user, it still wouldn't hurt. Like it's only 1 minus AC, and I've already got a fucking insane AC anyway.
Yeah, 21. Yeah, 21 is crazy. So
Yeah.
Um,
So yeah, if anyone wants a +1 shield, like if they are potentially thinking about that, like let me know, because I can also give you that. I am going. Yeah, let me know because I will attune to the shield if nobody else wants it. the Shield of the Sacred Flame.
I don't think it's the +1 shield's uncommon, right?
But wait,
yes, I
is the
believe
Chancellor's
so.
Crest a relic of Saint Vitruvia?
No, that is one of
No.
the seals of the
Ugh.
city.
Yeah, right. Fuck. I was gonna say I could have got 3 heals if that would be sick.
No, there are 5 relics of Saint Vitruvio. There's the sword, the shield, the staff, the phylactery, and the helm.
Yeah.
You've seen all of them on the statue. You've seen or obtained 4 of the 5. The only one that you have not seen or heard of is the helm. You don't know what its
that's the one that I
current
would
whereabouts
really love.
are.
Yeah,
Right.
But yeah, going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that, just throwing that out there, like, again, just above the table, that, I'm happy to put on the Shield of Sacred Flame unless somebody else wants it. But if nobody, like, I'm happy to attune to that, and then someone can take my +1 shield, which will give you a +3 AC if you need it.
No, I hold on one second. Well, because what's it called? I can attune to 4 items.
Oh,
I
that's
use
right.
I use my 4th one to give my shield +1, so I have 2 +1 from the shield, so I have a +3 to my shield. So
it'd be a
if I take Spud's shield, then I don't have to have an infusion anymore. So then technically I have a 4th
you
slot
could take
to.
the crown.
I could take the crown if no one else wants it. That's up to
How
you
does
guys.
how does that 4th attunement work? Explain that to me.
It's part of a
I-
feat that he has.
Yeah, it just allows me to attune to 4 items instead of 3. And then I also hold on, where is it?
Yeah, it's an insane fucking feat.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah, it's one of
Yeah.
the critical role feats. I think it's from the one of the fuck, I forget which module it's from.
That's what lets me also do identify once a day for free.
Nice.
Hey.
Go
Well,
to
the reason I'm asking is because, wait, does it use a shield,
Well,
or
so the way my infusion work is that it just has to be a common item, so I
Oh,
can.
it has to, okay, it has to be a common item.
Right.
Yes, that's why
You
I
can't
have
do
my
+1
yeah.
to make
So
it
I
even
have
bigger. I see.
yeah. So I just have my 4. I just have a plain shield, and I did my shield infusion to it. That's one of the new abilities I picked up.
Okay.
But like I said, if no one else is taking a crown, I could take Spud's shield, which pretty much would give me what I'm trying to do, and then I can
Gives
take
you
the
an
crown
equivalent.
also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I see.
Sounds pretty big.
And then you can. Okay. Never mind. All right. We're good.
I'm gonna attune to the shield and give
Okay.
you my my shield. I think that sounds good.
Let's do it.
So mine's a green shield +1, or like that.
Alright.
Uncommon shield +1. So it should just be 6 pounds and 3 AC.
Yep, I got it. We're good.
Beautiful. I'll take that out of mine.
All right, and then I'll remove this infusion.
As Chugrulk and Tim are playing attunement musical chairs, basically inventory management of the game. Cedric and Georgio, what are you two doing in this discussion? Assuming that, this is above the table discussion mechanically.
I think brooding.
Brooding heavily.
Why are you brooding so heavily?
Because this is all too much.
I'm gonna get up beside him and just say, you want to learn a new trick that I learned, but do it in Elias's voice.
Oh man, genuinely might get you killed.
By the way, I changed.
Whoops, my axe slipped to the back of your head. What were you saying? Sorry.
I changed my feet, by the way, over to actor.
Ah, nice. Nice.
That's fucking great.
Perfect. Perfect. I love it. It's so rare that somebody takes that feat, but when they do, it's always super comical. I've only seen one other person use that. And the one time it became relevant, it was magical.
Nice. Yeah, I'll just cycle through different voices that I've heard recently, including Giorgio's own voice.
As if some otherworldly filter has been placed over your companion's voice. You hear multiple different dialects, mimicry to its highest order, unlike anything you've ever heard before, other than maybe the Queen of Thieves. And even then, it's not to this level. This is like one of the most masterful mimicries you've ever heard outside of like a true troubadour professional. And even that has its limits. This is like scary to the level of complexity that he's mastered in such a short period of time, to the point where you're a bit unnerved by it. That where this newfound ability has come from.
Just like, was this supposed to be funny?
I say in Giorgio's voice, was this supposed to be funny but slightly mocking?
I'm going home. Do I have my own room?
I love it. Well, I guess the question is not if at this point, but when. Would you all like time? A day? A week? Or as quickly as possible? What would you all like to do? When would you like to initiate this effort? And if so, to whom do you want to speak with about your plans, your more immediate plans for your group specifically? While it seems the main force will be more so a distraction than anything else.
Oh, over the table.
Mm-hmm.
It's only been like 2 or 3 days since, or maybe it's been longer, since I used my divine intervention to stop the staff from getting away.
Yeah, I would say it's probably been, at the end of today, it'll be like the end of the 4th day.
Okay.
Since you've used 4th, I'll give you 5. It's been 5 days since you've used it. At this point in time. Okay. So like at the end of today, after taking it, that'll be 5 days at the end of today.
So I would have the 2 more. Got it. Okay.
Yes, after
Curious
using...
for obvious reasons.
Yeah. Understood. You feel like for the past few days, the subtle nudgings of your deity is been mostly quiet. You still feel their presence, but not their sort of, not to the point of like micromanagement that you've felt in the past at certain periods of time. The kind of the overbearing, shadowing presence. It's been relatively quiet for this past week, which is both calming as well as a bit unnerving in the same. It's sort of, you know, 6 of one, half a dozen of the other for various reasons.
Sure. A good part of me was lost, but still a part of me was lost. Or has been.
But again, the question stands. Do you want to spring this trap as soon as possible or give it a bit more time and prepare? Is there anything else you want to do? Anyone else you want to speak with? Anything else you want to procure? You have the full weight and authority of the Hooded Lanterns as well as the assistance of the Amethyst Academy at your beck and call at the moment. Meaning arcane implements are on the table, spells, potions. The only thing hindering you would be time and, of course, money. But money means very little to a dead man, so...
Waiting for bro to say, after there's no turning back after this point. Fucking like a video game. Like, this is the end all be all.
You must save the game. Do you want to continue forward? You cannot go back. No.
You can't save after this point.
You cannot return to your previous save after this point. No. I'm just giving you vague explanations.
For me, the only thing is I don't know how long it's going to take is to attune to the helm. That's the only thing I would like to do.
You have, in the first day, I would say, what is attunement? I think it's 5 or 6 hours at the very most. For this type of item, it takes a bit of time just because of its complexity. But given your arcane status with, you know, the inscrutable staff, it's not overly impossible. It just takes a bit of time, just given its complexity and the amount of arcane energy enveloped in and infused in this helm. But I would say by nightfall, you know, with enough time, you're able to attune to it successfully.
Okay.
It's not like the staff, which had, you know, other criteria, or Ignatius that had a sentience to it. Or perhaps you'd like to speak with somebody about their recommendations rather than make your own choices. It's up to you. You can see that Elias is present throughout the afternoon and evening, as well as both Ansem and Petra Lang. And if it's not Eldrick Runeweaver, then certainly River is present and can certainly assist as the liaison of the Amethyst Academy. And you can also see that the blacksmith, Tobias Crow, is present, assisting with repairs and quick weapons repairs and things of that nature.
So they said they're just going to try to cause a commotion up top of the clubhouse.
Did you want to have a more in detail conversation with Elias about it?
Yeah, because I figured if the queen knows that we're coming, they're gonna go ahead and more so bunker down.
Well, my thought is can't really bunker down if we go in with an excessive amount of force. Sometimes you got to smoke out the rats to get them to scatter and disperse. Although these,
So you are gonna go in underground.
if we must, but if we do, I would recommend that you all follow behind in a more covert fashion while we take the brunt of the endeavor and attract more attention. We also don't quite understand the layout of that underground network. You all have been in their little clubhouse, hideaway, sanctum, whatever you want to call it. I just intended to go in there and cause as big a ruckus as possible. Kind of feels like old times during the war. With a little less consequence, of course.
Sure.
But if you all need assistance, we can certainly try to manage a means of communication to the best of our ability, or discuss with Eldrick if that's feasible. Likely our normal means of communication, our signal flares won't work if you're stuck underground. But I imagine he probably has some implements that would work, even, assuming we don't have direct line of sight. I don't doubt that this Queen of Thieves is preparing for as many eventualities as possible, but sometimes going in with a loose plan is more of a plan than an actual plan. Sometimes a little unpredictability can work in our favor. And I can say the four of you are by far the most unpredictable individuals in this entire endeavor. We've got a wavered Caspian soldier, a strange mechanical mage, a bastard son of the royal family, and a holy man that's, no offense, a little unnerving at times, but holy nonetheless. It's quite the combination. Gives you an element of surprise, if you will.
Meanwhile, the two 8-foot guys are standing side by side to one another.
Needless to say, the four of you have succeeded in feats that this company has not in nearly a decade and a half. That unpredictability has proven successful time and time again. I'm willing to stake my bet in this situation right now. Additionally, if we don't get a hold of them seals, all this is really for naught. And for once, I'd love to just take the fight to their doorstep for a change. whether they know we're coming or not.
Agreed.
And don't doubt my men too much. These are the finest soldiers in this part of Westermar. To have survived this long in such a damnable situation, they know what they're doing. Nobody comes to Drakenheim unless they've got a purpose these days. And every man, woman in my company, they want to see this city back in its heyday. That's the only reason they've stayed this long. This is their home. So they'll fix it or they'll die trying.
Understood. I think we all want to see the city back to its original state.
Might I ask
Do it
what
together, more power.
Might I ask, Mr. Cedric, what brought you here to Drakenheim? Just out of curiosity.
Well, not to be crass or rude, but when things aren't going the best, sometimes that's when you find the most fortunes.
Fair enough. Well, I guess the only question is, when do you all feel prepared to light up this firecracker?
No time like the present for me.
I mean, I feel you. I mean, always in that vein.
Well, I'm here to cast Fireball and chew bubblegum. Now I'm all out of gum.
What the hell's bubblegum?
It must be some of that weird wizard nonsense. I don't even ask questions anymore.
Your mortal mind can't comprehend it.
And you, Giorgio? Have you finally decided to try to take back your home?
Still a bit iffy on it. I don't know. But can't just let it go. So
Very well. We'll be ready by first light. By midday, shortly thereafter, our men can be marching on to Buckledown Row. We'll smoke those rats out of their hole. And in that time frame, you all do what you do best. Find what you need. And cause as much chaos as you can. As he's saying this, now, I'm all for a little insanity from time to time, but some healthy communication is warranted in this instance, as Eldrick steps up. And he's got a pair of or a pair of pairs of small stones with runes etched upon both sides of them. Tim, I'm sure you've seen these before. Nothing too fancy. This is a set of communication devices. I forget the name and I had a brain fart. Sorry. They are stones of sending. Or sending stones. And they're 2 pairs. So once per day you can cast sending and reply with each pair. He hands one to Elias, holds on to one pair, and then hands whoever will take them the other halves. This will allow us to communicate more directly, despite not having direct line of sight. So if anything should go awry, or you're successful and need backup escaping your predicament, simply give us a buzz. So whoever wants to add those. One is Eldric's sending stone, and the other is a sending stone for Elias.
Okay. And there's a clear indication on which one's which.
Yes. Yeah. I'm not going to go into mechanical detail, but
That's
yes.
fine.
Yeah.
Great.
We'll say one has the emblem of the Hooded Lanterns and the other one has the emblem of the Amethyst Academy etched on it. But anyway, we can't be too heavily involved with the edicts and all, but we've sprinkled some party favors amongst your men, Elias. So, should makes things a bit more interesting. Sounds like some fun. Anyway, y'all ready? We'll get suited up and ready to head out. Is there anything between now in the evening hours of the night before your excursion onto Buckledown Row and the heading out period of time that you would like to do? Any last second preparations? Or we can just skip ahead to heading towards Buckledown Row and the Queen of Thieves and the Queen's Men.
I don't.
Yeah, I think I'm pretty
I'm
confident.
pretty good.
Okay. You all get a night's sleep. Some of you more eager than others to jump into the fray once more. Others contemplating what could transpire in these moments, thinking about all the various possibilities, eventualities of the situation, which is a bit unsettling but exciting at the same time. You haven't seen a military endeavor like this since your cooperation with the Silver Order and taking back the Cathedral of St. Vitruvio and dispatching the Lord of the Feast. And now you are set to dispatch another unsightly entity, or at least attempt to. Queen's Men and the Queen of Thieves. Or at least tried to take back what was stolen from you. You wake in the early morning hours to the sound of horses being loaded, bows being drawn, a large dispatchment of hooded lanterns all across the rooftops. Probably more than any you've seen in a single location at one time. At least 150 strong, maybe more of those that have already set out as early scouting parties. So potentially up to 200 men and women of the Hooded Lanterns. Some former members of the Drakenheim Royal Guard. Others were mere children at the time of the meteor's fall and the ensuing civil war that followed. But all having a stake in returning the city to what it once was. And this is yet another stepping stone towards that goal for them. You see Eldrick and River are present, but taking sort of a backseat and observatory role as they're not allowed to directly be involved in this situation. But you can see them offering assistance, assisting with the delivery of potions, enchantments, things of that nature. As Elias waves on the main group of soldiers, you can see signals being given to other individuals. A handful of flares flying up into the air above the barracks as the largest contingent of hooded lanterns now moves out, heading towards the eastern part of the city of Drakenheim, towards Buckledown Row.
Off we go.
Heading southeast through the Temple Ward, down across the secured paths through Temple Gate, across the secured bridges. Some of the soldiers heading out and splintering out into different directions, most of which avoiding the crater in that direction, but also joining up with groups coming from the cosmological clock tower, going around and over various locations. You can see that across the Dran River, in accompaniment of Styx's ferry, you see a number of ferries that have joined in line with his. But nevertheless, Styx is there, ferrying individuals as always. A monotoned can be heard as people drop loose change and other metallic bits in his ever-growing pouch of random junk and old coinage as he ferries individuals across the Dran River. Others joining alongside, including yourselves. Intermingled between the various forces of the Hooded Lanterns, you head now further due east until you reach Champion's Way. What used to be the ceremonial entrance coming from Emberwood Village, now an empty and dilapidated husk of its former self. The broken, sundered buildings of Drakenheim, its outer edges, all but leveled by the fall of the meteor. Due north, as you head across Champion's Way, you can see that The deep haze ever seems to grow coming from the crater. As you look back towards the wall, you can see just the ever so slight silhouette of the monastery just inside the walls on the southern edge of the Temple Ward, south of the Dran River, sort of becoming the pilgrimage point for various members of the Falling Fire. As you see various groups growing in number every single day, making the pilgrimage to Drakenheim, a place that otherwise would be considered by many in the Church of the Sacred Flame to be a unholy abomination and grave site at best. A corrupted land. These people come willingly from far and wide, Westamar, Illyria, and even Caspia in certain numbers, towards this place, towards a different interpretation of the light that scatters the shadows in this failing, forgotten city. Across Champion's Way, you head into the makeshift portions of the spokes as you begin to feel the ever watchful eyes of individuals. Occasionally you see a shadow pass through one of the broken buildings. A scout above. You were definitely being watched as you approach this part of the city. As you grow closer and closer to Buckledown Row, Elias drops back and looks at you all. We'll take the main force from here. I'd recommend that you all break off to the south and take a bit of a longer path forward. And then he hands you all a quartet of vials, all the same, small thumb-sized vials with just a ever so slight bit of liquid. This will at least help you a little bit on your way to be a little unseen. These are potions of invisibility.
Ooh, okay.
One for each of you.
Very nice.
It will last 1 hour of concentration-free invisibility, unless you take an action that, constitutes an attack or cast a spell, at which point the invisibility will drop. It doesn't make you soundless, but it does make you sightless and give you at least a better shot at hiding. Anyway, now's your chance. As you can see that some of the rooftop archers, the urban rangers, are already beginning to scout ahead, and you hear the shouts, and you see a couple flares go up, and you can already begin to hear that engagements are beginning as they enter the spokes and Buckledown Row. With potions in hand, what would you all like to do?
Is the intention for us to go in now, I suppose?
That is entirely up to you.
I mean, I think you guys know what my ploy will be, but I'm down for anything. I'm here to hear, and before we just wildly jump in like I would.
Yeah, I mean, if we're gonna go in, I suppose there's not a better time than now. If you said they're engaging from the rooftops right now, the urban rangers are
You're already
taken
beginning
out.
to hear shouts and the sound of fighting beginning at the very far outskirts, almost due north of where your position is now.
Yeah, I mean, if a commotion's happening, I feel like this is a good time as any for us to get in and try to make our way. I guess the only question is, do we want to go ahead and take these potions now, or save them until we get further in?
Yeah, I mean, I'm like, I don't know. Like, I feel like maybe we don't use them until we absolutely need to, but then I don't want to get jumped. You know, like I don't know.
Yeah, I think waiting is.
Okay. How do you intend to proceed from here? Because depending on how you proceed, do you intend to try to sneak without the potions, take the potions, or do you intend to just try to move swiftly and just take a longer route? Depending on how you proceed, I'll need a group skill check.
I don't think I know. I don't think I know what the best way to do this would be.
Yeah. I mean, feel like we're going to be loud regardless.
Mm-hmm.
I think if the intention was for us to try to make this a quicker situation, then maybe we should take a more direct route where we would have the most support from the urban rangers and the rest of the group that's here. Try to be as healthy as we can be by the time we make it to the hideout.
And that sounds responsible.
What do you guys think?
Yeah, for it.
It's as good as idea of any as any.
Yeah. Okay. Gotta run with something.
So you're going to try to just blend in with the crowd, I guess? Fall behind the mob and then break off? Or is that roughly what I'm understanding?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll communicate that on over to Elias and the rest.
In that case, I need a D6 roll from somebody, please.
Grab it.
Okay.
Is that good or bad? We'll never know. Well, we'll know pretty quick.
You hear immediately as you draw behind the main group, Elias a bit confused as to why you're following, but does not, initially say anything as he's more engaged in leading his soldiers, his hooded lanterns. As you get closer to Buckledown Row, you immediately begin to hear the clashing, and you hear the sound of flintlock pistols in the distance. You hear the sound of clashing swords and knives and shouting before a loud boom as a massive explosion goes off ahead of you that rocks one of the adjacent buildings and scatters debris in all directions and just kicking up loose dirt and dust all over this place. An entire 2-story, what was the remains of what was likely a 2-story, some sort of row house or complex, like a series of townhomes, basically wall to wall separated, has just been sundered into splinters and rock, and there is just a dust cloud that has enveloped this main road, limiting vision but obscuring vision from without as well. So in the situation for you all, it is extremely advantageous. That was probably the best case scenario roll you could have gotten. As if you were to pass through this area now, you would have advantage on all your stealth checks passing through this area due to the commotion, and it's also lowered the DC a little bit.
Cool.
What would you all like to do?
King, what do you think? Can we just go through? That was it, Georgio.
I don't know.
I mean, if that's going to be our best bet, clearest path, I think maybe we make our way through there. Doesn't seem like luck really happens in Drakenheim, and this is one of the few situations.
Yeah. You got a good point.
Well, if you intend to try to sneak through this chaos, I'm going to need a Gruth stealth check. And you do have advantage due to the dust cloud that's been kicked up through this entire area. That's nearly 3 stories tall. If anyone knows this area, it is the 4 of you better than anyone in this conflict right now. The 4 of you at least have an idea of where you need to go based on your past experiences here. You have an idea of where you... Go ahead.
So just curious, normal roll for me because I had disadvantage before.
Yes, it would.
Correct,
yeah,
yeah.
it offsets, so
Advantage
it's just a
and
normal
cancels.
stealth roll. Yep.
Cancels,
A
yeah.
19.
God damn.
Damn, dude.
Damn.
A 19?
Damn.
I rolled a 20.
A nat
No
20?
way.
I'm not kidding.
God damn. Tim?
Tim, if you get a fucking 1, I swear to God.
Okay. All right. Well, you needed a 13, but that nat 20 is also a double success. Plus you had 2 19s, so you got more than enough. You got more than enough in this case. Yeah,
Sorry,
Tim,
I'm
you...
still getting to the new. I'm getting used to the new helm, guys. Sorry, I'm throwing off my balance a little bit.
Your helm
very
almost
shiny.
falls off your head due to all the dust getting in your eye sensors. But one of your companions manages to pull you down one of the alleyways as you all pass unseen past the main chaos towards the main drag of Buckledown Row.
Scene change.
Yeah. There are individuals, hooded lanterns everywhere in this area. But you do recall that the building you're looking for is about 2/3 of the way down. You start down here, ignore where the tokens are. Imagine there's just
Too
everybody.
much going on. Sure.
There's shit everywhere. On the rooftops, the streets. Every time you turn down an alleyway, somebody's coming out with a sword. They're really not focused on you in particular, as they're focused on the individuals in green coats. But you do remember that the entrance that you had headed down to the private fighting pits, at least what was converted into this private sanctum, was in one of these last buildings down on the right.
Yeah, was it down the well?
There was a well entrance, but the entrance was not down the well. It was inside one of the bars. Behind the bar, there was a like
Down the road, we had to throw our money at him.
Right. You recall there was a hatch behind one of the bars, and you know, were you to look in the door, you would spot it and recognize it pretty quickly. It was the same bar that you had first met Christian Lament, with the stage at the end.
Oh, sure. Okay.
So, very easily to remember, given your less than savory experiences with Christian Lament, or at least the person, likely the Queen of Thieves, posing as Christian at some point.
Yeah.
But as you run through this street and slip past a lot of the conflict, in this dusty cloud that extends the whole way down the main drag of Buckledown Row, the main building itself, the one that exploded, was this first one, just through this barrier, just south west of this map itself, is just a cloud that is just being pushed northward through Buckledown Row. But you managed to spot the bar with the hanging sign. As you look in through the door, you watch as some hoodlum comes rushing out, carrying a flintlock pistol, and turns and looks at the four of you just coming in here. What do you do as this individual walks out? He doesn't seem to recognize you and isn't quite sure of what's going on. Doesn't know whether you're friend or foe because you don't match the soldiers, but he's also doesn't know who you are and why you're here. What are you doing? Roughly where this individual here is standing. I would imagine you guys are right here in front of him at the entrance to this bar.
So he's walking out the door, we're walking in.
He comes running out the door. He's got a loaded flintlock in his right hand. Just a greasy-ass individual. Doesn't look like he's showered in weeks. And has quite the strong odor of alcohol in his breath.
Real quick, everybody would know who Elias Drexel is, right?
I would say anybody of importance amongst any of the factions would know who Elias Drexel is.
But like a guy like this, maybe not?
Maybe not.
Okay. I want to point down the street, the direction that it looked like he was about to start running.
Uh-huh.
And say, I think the Lord Commander's that way.
Give me a deception check.
15 on the dice. Deception's +2, so 17.
Right, good on you, man. Right, save time for me! As he, like, trips and falls into the mud and then, like, scampers back up as he rushes into this dust cloud. You hear the flintlock go off. Yeah, he doesn't even question you at all as he just runs right past you. You step into this bar, and let me move some of these tokens out of the way. Oops. The bar is seemingly empty. It is a fucking wreck in here. Like, even more so a wreck than it was prior. Like, it looks like as soon as this conflict started, anything that wasn't nailed down got grabbed and ransacked. But nevertheless, it seems to have worked in your favor in this instance, as there doesn't appear to be anyone here. If I can get a group intelligence check from you all. Already a group investigation check.
Thank you.
Oops, sorry. It's really loud.
Okay. -1?
No.
Kevin King.
I don't see shit.
You don't even know what city you're in. Well, barring Chugrulk, Giorgio and Tim, You vaguely remember that the entrance to the hatch was behind the bar. And after just a few seconds, you're able to find underneath all the broken glass and loose tankards and underneath what looks like a well-covered sheepskin, you find a like a ring handle, and you're able to pull the latch door open in this location, leading down a set of rickety old wooden stairs into what smells like a combination of either a storm sewer or just a sewer. It is a mixture of dirty water and likely some other type of water. Very stagnant, very unpleasant waft of air just immediately hits you like it did before. And you feel confident you're heading in the right direction based on that sensory reminder. But nevertheless, you head down into the areas below Buckledown Row, heading northward through a long, straight series of aqueducts. Given that investigation check, it takes a bit of time, but you are able to navigate your way based on memory towards your destination. You remember that there was a series of turns that you had to take. Not a whole lot, but a series of them. And you do make one or two errors and have to double back. But eventually you do come upon some rubble stacked up, and you see an out-of-place wooden stair, like a series of steps between the rubble that's lightly hidden, that you wouldn't otherwise see if you had not been here before. But spotting that point of interest, you do see what you are looking for down here in the entrance to this location. Give me one moment here. If you'd like to put your tokens down here at the bottom, you can. There's enough space. There is running, like, lightly trickling water through here that does seem to be glowing a weird color. Not heavily, but it does seem to have some sort of contaminants in it. But there's enough room that you all can step relatively carefully. You would need to start down here.
Oh, further down?
Yeah, all the way down at the bottom. It is dimly lit down here. The only light source you see at a distance is coming out where this this ladder and like steps between the rubble are. And you immediately see there are two individuals directly in front. There's a more heavily armored man, and then there's a bugbear man. I don't have a bugbear token, but the one on the northern side is a bugbear, who's less armored. But the one down below seems to be wearing some sort of plate. And they seem to be standing guard at this location here. And you guys recognize this pretty quickly as the entrance to the Court of Thieves and the private sanctum of the Queensmen and the Queen of Thieves herself. Tim and Chugrulk, if you want to pop your tokens down there as well. Down here towards the bottom.
Okay.
Well, now that everybody is back, a decision must be made. As you come upon this dimly lit area, you can see there's a vague light coming from this opening, this stairwell into this private area that you had once been in. You don't hear any noise coming out. There's just two stationary guards, an individual with plate armor closer to you, and then a lightly armored bugbear individual on the north side of this step ladder. At this distance, they haven't noticed you yet. If you get any closer, they very well might. What would you all like to do?
But Tim, how many people can you warp out of existence at once? Is it just one guy at a time?
Let me double check. I feel like it's just one. So hold on. Yeah, maze. It's just I could do one creature. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. It would be really funny if we just warped them both out. And kept
Oh my
going.
god, that'd be so funny. Just like that fucking meme that they just I can reverse gravity, but you know, I don't know how well that's gonna be in this situation.
Seems a bit overkill, but okay. I mean, I'm not stopping you. Do what you want to do.
No. I mean, I will later for probably, but not right now.
I mean, I just put the roadblock in front of you. If you want to choose to use a fucking, nuclear bomb to take it out, it's up to you.
We're just trying to be sneaky. Wait a second. We have these invisibility potions. Is now the time?
Yeah, I think it might be the time to take them.
How far down this tunnel can we see, JJ? Can we see all the way here?
It's dim light up until here, and then anything past the two guards, it is like pitch black for anybody who doesn't have dark vision. I mean, you're barely able to see just because the light peeking out.
I low-key have dark vision.
Yeah, you do. Chugrulk, how far can you see? Is there anybody else in this hallway besides these two, as far as you can see?
You do not see anybody beyond here to the point of like the end of your dark vision, which would be just to the end of here.
I will put my 2 cents in. This is actually good because it's in character, because I was going to say this without the dark vision, but I think we save our shit. Like, I don't think these two are the problem.
Yeah.
Maybe we need this later.
Yeah, we can't see anyone else.
I was gonna say, do we really want to fucking use our potions like right now?
All of a sudden, there's a dragon like in the next room. We're like, oh fuck, guys, this was the moment.
Use potions, yeah. No, we're good. I was thinking out loud. I forgot we had them until just now. Yeah. I mean, so 4 of us, I think we could take out 2 dudes, no problem. I'm just worried about the noise.
4 is more than 2.
Which is why I was thinking like that, like warping these dudes out. Just because it gets rid of them without having to worry about anything happening, but I wouldn't say go so far as to use a nuclear bomb in this situation right now. There's metaphorically, but I would say if it takes them out quickly, they would not be unwise to use something maybe that is a bit overkill. But
so we're just at the hatch of this of like the underground tunnel, right?
No, you've walked now for probably...
Oh, we were way further down.
Yeah, you've walked now for probably 15, 20 minutes down these aqueducts.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're not quite sure distance-wise in a straight line how far you've come from Buckledown Row, but enough that, you've known that you've been walking for probably 15 minutes plus. And you remember it being this way last time as well.
Okay. God, they're so far away too.
Not for me.
Yeah.
Oh, but it is dark, so actually, never mind.
Yeah, at this distance, because of the dim light, this would be at disadvantage unless you had dark vision for any type of ranged attacks.
And are they carrying a torch or anything, or is the only light coming from like that, like octarine pool?
It's coming from inside. The octarine pool is just kind of there for show. I mean, yes, there's a very dim glow in areas along this water. Because you look down, you can see like flakes of octarine in this water. It's very clearly contaminated. And it gets deeper the deeper you go like down this aqueduct, like closer to that cistern at the end.
Okay.
It gets much deeper in that area.
Got it. Okay. Feet. And are these guys just kind of like sitting still, or are they trying to communicate with one another? Or...
I mean, you can hear them chatting from time to time, but they seem to be, the one guy closest to you seems to be smoking a pipe. The other guy on the other side of the Bugbear just seems to be like scratching at his ear, and he's got like a long sword over his shoulder. You know, they seem to be more bored than anything else. You don't hear much commotion coming out of the entrance there. They seem to just be stuck on guard duty from what you can see at this distance.
Okay. I'm gonna approach with a little bit of haste, like not full out running, but like, you know, kind of a light jog up to them.
Okay.
And the entire time I am gonna just be screaming, they're coming down the hall right now. They're coming down the hall. We need support. And I'm just gonna try to be as frantic as possible.
Okay.
In hopes
Whose
that they
voice are you
will...
going with? Important question.
Oh, Jesus. It has to be unfortunately, it has to be a voice I heard within the last minute, so probably mine.
Ah, damn
Okay.
it. Ah, that could have been fun.
Has to be a voice you've heard within the last minute.
I think that's how it's written for actor, yeah.
If that's how it's written, then yeah. As you run down this aqueduct corridor, this spillway, you turn and you see the Bugbear and the other guy look at this point directly at the four of you. And as you're running, Cedric, towards them, put your token roughly in the distance that you were, okay. The guy closest to you shouts out, "Oi! What are you doing down here? What's going on?"
I'm gonna say, sending spell told us to come down. Alert. Large commotion happening down in Buckledown Row.
Oh, you're sending the spell to Elias or?
Oh no, I'm saying that to them.
To them.
Like I'm
sorry.
giving them the indication that someone called us down here to go ahead and warn as to what's going on.
A what now? I never heard nothing like that. You can see at this point the Bugbear individual north of him is like giving you all the side eye. Give me a deception check.
Okay. Let me read something real quick. I have advantage on deception checks.
Okay. From your actor feat or?
Yeah, from actor.
Okay. Oh my god. Okay.
Hell yeah.
Describe to me with this newfound gift how this works, like just flavor wise, how this works out for you to just this interpretation, how this works on these individuals. They are captivated as you begin to explain, running towards them in this frantic manner.
Real quick, before you do anything,
Yeah.
not to suggest that you should use another voice or not, whether you're doing that in this, but I did look it up, and it says not that you have to have heard a voice within the last minute. You just have to have heard them speaking for at least 1 minute.
Ah. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So as long as you have had an extended interaction with someone, then you can mimic that person.
Gotcha. Okay.
It doesn't have any sort of, at least from what I'm reading, and this is a 5th edition thing. It doesn't have any history to it, so it doesn't say you have to have heard it since you've become an act. Since
you just had to have heard them for.
It doesn't say
at least a minute.
At least a minute. Whether it's a voice of a person, or the sound of a creature. You can do that as well as as long as you've heard the sound for up to a minute. For
that
at least
makes more sense.
So it seemed I would imagine anyone you've ever interacted with, you could probably mimic perfectly.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Nevertheless, at this point, I mean, that's a nat 20. So flavor wise, how does this come across for you trying to get their attention?
Yeah, so I'm running up, kind of just like frantically waving my arms back and forth, and I am just screaming about the commotion, people trying to break, take over Buckledown Row, trying to figure out some sort of hideaway. I think that with the labyrinth that is to get down here, I think that it's best that we go ahead and try to make our way forward to try to cut them off before they even make their way down here. Do you know if there's anyone that could come with us?
We was told to wait here. They all scooted up and headed that way previously. What you saying that they's having a problem up there?
Big problem. Big problem.
We was told by the big boss.
Big problem. Big boss sent a spell to me saying that we need any sort of support up there as we can. Big problem.
Okay.
I said I can explain as we go. Just go on ahead. I'll go ahead and alert others.
So you're trying to ask them to go forward, or you're trying to ask them to go back the way you're headed, or the other way?
The way that we would have came previously.
I mean, you're coming the way you came previously is the way you're headed now.
Yeah, I'm trying to get them to like go back to like the area of Buckledown Road.
Gotcha.
He's saying the way that we're coming right now, send them back that way. Send them up while we go get more people to send up.
Got it. Oi, Chuckles, you heard the man. We got to get up there and get in the flow. Come on. I knew it was dumb for us to have to be down here, sitting on our asses. Let's go.
I'll say you're good men. We'll follow behind shortly.
Right. Let's go. And you hear the does anybody speak Goblin?
No.
Nope. Okay. The Bugbear says something in.
That'd be fucking awesome.
You hear something in Goblin, and it. You can't tell if it's a curse or if he's.
I do speak Goblin.
You do speak Goblin. Okay.
Oh shit. Yes, you do.
It's actually it's kind of like he's cursing that they had to stay down here the whole time, and that he was told to stay down here because he kept dropping his sword, and as they start running, the Bugbear, as he's running by the four of you, he like bumps into you, Giorgio, and kind of like falls against the wall and like drops his sword down in the water and has to scoop it up right as he's cursing and saying this. And that's when you hear it, Chugrulk. You can see like the way he grips this longsword is so bad. It's like watching a 5-year-old try to use chopsticks for the first time.
Can I as he drops the sword,
Okay.
catch it telekinetically and put it back in his hand?
Sure.
Fuck yeah.
Just hand it to him and be like, keep going, go, go, go.
Yeah.
Right. Thanks, thank you. As he just runs by, and it's just these lanky ass long bugbear arms. It's like watching Gumby with a fucking longsword in his hand, covered in fur, as these two idiots just like Beavis and Butthead their way down the fucking sewer passageway. It is borderline just confusingly comical to watch these two run down and then as you guys are just heading away and you think they're out of sight, you hear that sword clank down the fucking concrete again.
Just echoes down the sewers.
As he drops it again.
Nah, I can't do it twice. He's on his own at this point.
But not too long after, they disappear from sight and you don't hear anything other than the clank of that sword a couple more times.
Can't believe those were the guards.
One was fucking named Chuckles. What do you expect? What was the other fucking name? Giggles?
Yeah. Chuckles and giggles.
Not quite sure. But anyway, there doesn't seem to be anything stopping you from the entrance at this point. What would you all like to do?
Quick here. Is there anything down the entrance from where we are?
Give me just a
quick listen.
moment here. You do not see anyone or anything other than just a mess. Not that it wasn't already a cluttered mess down this at your last here, but it is painfully empty in this area. Let me reveal that last little bit there. It is very, very empty. Other than those two, quite frankly, moronic guards.
Okay.
It looks like. Well, give me a perception check since you're the one looking in at a glance here. All you're really able to garner is that it looks like everyone kind of rushed out in a hurry. At a glance, you don't see or hear anyone.
Interesting. Okay.
There are empty bottles, half-drunken drinks, scattered cards, broken stools. The bar seems to be intact. It's not like the other one that you saw where it looked like it had been ransacked. At least this one, they had no one had the balls to steal anything from the private bar of the Queen of Thieves. So the bar seems to be intact, but it is very empty.
Okay. I'll just relay that to everyone else that bar seems like nothing's happening. People left in a hurry, but doesn't seem to be anyone here. Can't see past the, what was it, like a misty gate or something from the time you were down here?
Yeah, you can see that the mist is still there, but the mist is still there on the image, but right now it is completely clear. There's none of that foggy mist that you walked through before.
Oh yeah.
Basically, the Queen's riddle.
Yeah.
That mist, that so-called poison mist or whatever, is no longer there. It's just, sort of dimly lit going down that corridor towards what you assume is that same inner sanctum that you were present in when you first confronted the Queen of Thieves and the Court of Thieves and her lieutenants.
Okay. Interesting.
But essentially what you see in the image right now is all that you can see from your current position without going deeper in.
I'm gonna say to the group, the guards seem to say that, or seem to believe that there were still people in here.
I was about to say the exact same thing.
Granted, they weren't the smartest group. Is this where we take our potions?
Did I hear fireball?
I didn't ask how big the room was. I said I cast fireball.
There's one way to clear a room. I mean, what's the worst that could happen? I'm very on board with this, actually.
I'll fucking do it. I don't care. I get a fucking freebie fucking fireball from the fucking helm. If I rip one of the gems off, so I mean I'm down.
Shit, we do.
Yeah.
How many of those do
Thought
you
about
have?
that.
How many of those do you have? I forgot the numbers.
It says it on here.
20 total gems. But
Yeah,
they're not all the fireball gems.
No.
It was like 3 and 4 of fireball and something else, and then the rest were the regular one.
Right.
Fire opal. I have 3. I have 3 of them. Yeah.
And you can also do one with your staff, and then can you just cast that anytime?
Oh, I don't have one through the staff. I actually have it like as myself. Yeah.
Okay, so I thought the staff had one as well, but that's fine. But I mean, so we've got multiple fireballs that we can do, and quite frankly, not very many opportunities to use them in a fight. So, I mean,
I can throw one in there. I'm down.
I'm on board for that. Throw that in there, and then just wait and see. And if nobody comes out, then okay. But if somebody comes, if we hide and watch, and we're like, see somebody coming out to see what happened, then we know at least where they're coming from. And then at that point, maybe we take our invisibility and sneak past them. I don't know, making this up, but if nobody comes out, then we could just keep moving.
Yeah.
Because
I mean, if you want to be blasted,
think it's us slinging fireballs in there. No way they wouldn't think that. They'd be like, "What the hell was that?" We got guards up there.
That's
these goons
why
doing?
we're here. We're here to check it out. We got called in here. Shit's just happening.
I say do it. Go ahead, man.
All right. I do that.
Where would you like said fireball?
fuck Christ.
Tell me where you want it. Middle way. I mean, it's, what is it, 120 feet or 60 foot?
Let's see.
I would put it as far in the room as you can.
150.
You could hit anywhere in this room. Where do you want it? There?
No, I would say like more center, right?
Right there?
Like the. Yeah.
It's basically dead center of the room.
I think that's good.
You rip off one of the jewels from the helm and just boop, flick it in like a booger into this, into like a flaming booger into this center of this room, and just dink, 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 dink. And this ignition of flame engulfs this entire room as smoke and wood, all these stands and makeshift tabletops are just incinerated in seconds by the ignition of this spell. It takes about a minute to clear. And although you hear the crackling of tindered wood and, everything that could have come in contact physically with this fireball, nothing seems to come out to see what it was. Once the smoke begins to settle and clear, there doesn't seem to be a presence of anyone or anything other than maybe a very charred rat.
That was fun.
How long was I talking to those freak guards?
Probably 30 seconds to a minute, maybe. That whole conversation.
To a minute, you say?
Yeah, probably. I mean, I wouldn't say you were talking to them directly for a minute, but
Yeah.
I would say 30 seconds, that whole interaction. I mean, that was an exchange of, probably pretty quickly. I wouldn't say it was enough for you to like mimic their voices.
Damn.
Somebody pull the VOD and clip all the quotes from spoken lines.
We're fast
Let's
and
find out
loose.
exactly how much time.
I was gonna.
You don't sense a presence and you don't see anything, at least at a glance. And if anything was hidden in here, I mean, it's been charred and cindered. You don't see any bodies. Yeah, you don't see any bodies or anyone screaming or reacting to said fireball. But everything that was ignitable is very much charred or destroyed. All the tables in this general area where that fireball went off are gone. Or are slowly smoldering. Yeah.
In my mind, it was twofold. One, to catch anybody that was hiding in the room so that we wouldn't get ambushed, but also to be the reason someone would come out and be like, what the hell was that? And at least peek out to see. So if we've got neither of those things happening, let's keep on walking.
Sure.
Where are you going?
I'll go in first. Let's see. We'll go this way. And I think walking straight all the way to here.
Okay.
Because this is the direction we went last time, right? And then this is just rubble.
Correct. Let me clear the way again. Give me a sec here.
At this point here, I would like to perception check, listen, look,
Okay.
use as many senses as possible to see if I can, if anybody's in the area.
Yeah. That green gas is not there anymore. It's just clear. It's dimly lit though.
Yeah, it would be here. Sorry, when I get to here, like peek around the corner.
Sure. Give me a perception check.
Let's go.
You don't hear shit. It sounds like a bunch of echoes.
Coast is clear, fellas. Let's keep moving.
What is everybody else doing? Are you continuing to walk?
I would assume.
Okay.
It's okay. as far as I can tell with that nat one, they're right behind me.
Okay, hold on. Let me
whether
give
they
you a moment
are or not.
Yeah. Understandable. Let me light this up so you can see where
that one.
Hey man, sometimes ignorance is bliss.
I do think it's funny in within 3 rolls, both Avigi and I have rolled a nat 1 and a nat 20.
Right.
Oh shit! Yeah.
I was nat 20, something in the middle, and then a nat 1. You've got a nat 1, something in the middle, and a nat 20.
That's fucking hilarious. It's real feast or famine over here, boys.
Just like the last time, you view this sort of congregation area, which is probably some sort of service area that's been slowly converted into some sort of inner sanctum meeting hall for the Court of Thieves, with a large leather-backed armchair at the top of this raised podium level. The same area where you had previously met with the Queen of Thieves and her large entourage before fighting with her champion, Big Linda.
Oh yeah.
Down in the pit. You recall down in this sec here. They had traveled down this stairway over here, down towards that private fighting pit where you had first encountered the reptilian, massive, contaminated creature known as Big Linda, that you managed to slay, but not without heavy damage in doing so. But you don't see or hear anyone in this room. It is painfully quiet. Like, the silence is deafening in here. This atrium,
I hate this so much.
As Georgio is moving forward, what are the rest of you doing?
I'm going to hug on his back, basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
You want to move your token up where he's at?
Yeah. Yep.
But in this area, you can see that it is empty. There are lightly cushioned benches on either side where you had previously seen various members of the inner circle of the Court of Thieves. You would see down, there's a set of stairs moving down here towards the private fighting pit, as well as another set of stairs moving in the opposite direction. You did not see anyone head in that direction previously. What would you all like to do?
Gonna enter, but avoid the thing in the middle.
At initial glance, you don't see or hear anyone. It is very quiet in here.
Is this see-through? Is this like actually a grate that we can look down, or is
Yeah, you remember this. This was the grate that you were lowered down
that
into
goes
the
down? Yeah.
Yeah, almost like Star Wars a la Jabba's palace in the Rancor pit, kind of similar to that. That it can be used as like a trap door or a managed like lowering. Like there's a conveyor system that takes you down safely.
Without getting on it, can I get close to it and look down to see if I can see anything that suggests that maybe people might be down there?
Yeah, give me another perception check.
Ooh, I don't have to keep using the 1. Awesome.
Yeah, I'll give you another chance.
18.
18. You see. Give me a sec here. I just need to see. Give me a sec. Initially, this is what you see, and I'll pull it up just so you can. This is what you see below that grate. This is the area that you all had encountered previously, sort of the fighting pits, and you remember, and even now you can see some of the remains of what likely there's like a large swath of blood at the end of this area here, as well as like claw marks in a lot of these columns, likely the results of encounters by others with the Queen's former champion, Big Linda. You see, but
does it look like there's any like fresh footprints in the mud, or anything like that?
I mean, there are footprints down there, but you don't hear or see signs of any movement in this location. Again, is eerily, painfully quiet in this space. With that perception check, you feel confident that there's nothing that you could see at a glance through that limited grate that jumps out at you as unusual. You don't hear anything. There are still torches and candles lit all over. I mean, there was people here fairly recently, but not that you can see now.
And these at the ends, these aren't like, these don't lead to hallways, right? It's just a little...
No, those are... What you can see as you investigate them at a glance, they look to be what were likely sealed off sewer pipes that are like iron, and they're like riveted shut at this point.
Yeah.
If you want to look in more detail, you're welcome to do so.
Nah. I'm more interested in these little cutouts here.
Sure.
If that's just a...
You recall the one on the right was the staircase that the Queen of Thieves had descended down towards her viewing space of the arena.
Yeah.
But as you look to the left, you can see there's a stone door here that basically seems to be on some sort of sliding hinge mechanism here.
Okay.
And there's steps descending downward in this location.
Before messing with that, is there anything like... This is just pure wall back here, right?
Correct. It's...
And then is there anything like... Is this chair movable? Is there anything under the chair, under the cushions?
Give me an investigation check.
Fiddling around with this to see. I've got a dirty 20 on this.
Dirty 20. It's a very nice chair. You see a finely stitched embroidery of the Queensman insignia, the loosely made insignia that you've seen a few times now, but very few of them actually wear any type of identifying deals. But you have seen a couple of individuals of high rank wearing that insignia in various forms and manners. It's stitched into the back. It's very nicely made velvet and red leather. But there doesn't seem to be anything of note on the chair itself.
Okay.
And there's nothing on the walls or anything with that check that you made that draws attention, other than the two exits on either side.
Okay. You guys want to mess with this sliding door, see if we can get it open?
Yeah.
Sure. We can look into it.
I do have another fireball jet now.
Fireball straight into a wall.
That'll open the
Just
door.
gonna
And the
burn
campaign's over.
Burn the fucking door down.
Yeah, I mean, is there like loose bricks or anything that we can like push on?
Give me an investigation check. Since you're the one asking, Cedric.
I'll help him a little bit.
Did it come through?
Okay, you can have advantage if he helps you,
I've
or if you're gonna
Sure.
roll yourself.
I don't know how that. I don't know if it was I have to roll higher than a certain whatever to help, like
It
50,
hasn't
50,
come
whatever.
through.
Either you give him advantage or you roll separately.
I'll give him advantage.
Okay.
9 it is.
Looks like a stone door.
Okay. I don't know,
Miss.
guys. It looks like a stone door.
Let's just push it.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
real good.
Can I just push it with my Comet Smasher?
You want to hit it with your Comet Smasher?
I just want to like push it. I'm
Oh,
not trying
push
to
it.
touch the
Yeah,
door itself.
Got
yeah.
it. Okay.
You
Yeah,
don't want
you-
to touch it with your hands,
Sure.
Yeah.
which is probably smart. I was going to do that.
Give me a strength check, Cedric.
Oh,
Like a strength check, not a saving throw. It seems like it should be able to move, but you're not really pushing very hard on it.
okay.
I mean, it's a heavy door.
Guys, it's the door.
So I'll push it together.
The power of friendship.
I'm pushing 16 plus 5, 11.
16 plus 5?
Yeah.
21?
So
Strength
21.
check. Yeah.
Okay. I was
Or-
like, 16 plus 5 is 11?
Oh my god, he's a remarkable athlete.
Effects remarkable athlete.
I'm a remarkable guy.
Oh, with a
That's-
21, yes, that amount of force, you slowly begin to hear it push against the hinge, and it sort of slides almost perpendicular to the adjacent wall. It was not locked. It was just
was-
a very heavy stone door.
I'm just a very weak boy.
Makes sense.
I mean, you didn't push it very hard. You were kind of just,
Thanks, man.
By the way, you look up and rocks fall and everybody dies. No.
Rip.
No.
What
Campaign's
What
over.
is that campaign? Isn't there one campaign that's really like fuckery with that? What's that one called?
Oh, Tomb of Horrors or Tomb of
Yeah, Tomb of
Annihilation?
Horror.
Yeah,
one of the
Tomb of
two, yeah.
Annihilation. Yeah, that's just a pain in the ass. I would never want to run that. It's so.
No. Just pure fuckery.
Oh, it's just pure hatred by the manufacturer of that one. I think that was made by Gary Gygax himself, and it was.
I think it was.
Yeah, and
They remade it for 5e.
oh
too.
yeah, it is just pure hatred in a book. You can see that this descends downward, not too steep a staircase, but downward into a separate room, and you see that it's well lit as you get further down into this space. Do you all proceed?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Cautiously.
Okay. All right. Well, if you head down this space, give me just a moment to reveal.
We did go down here when we went to the arena, did we?
You did not go into this area.
Okay.
From here, you went down into the arena. You did not see what was down in this location. The
Okay.
arena is even deeper, like straight vertically down from this. This is more like in between where you were in the arena and as far as like depth.
Got it. Okay.
Give me a sec. These are some weirdly shaped rooms, so give me a moment. I wish there was like a way to pre-set up like revealing something. Like that would make it.
like a zone that's all of the same.
Yes, like set up zones for lighting. That would be really helpful. So if somebody from Roll20 knows a way of doing that, or that is not. We're not in initiative.
What did that say?
That was the initiative
Who
tracker.
are we fighting soon?
That was the Gravekeeper one that you were fighting previously. That was for your last initiative.
Yikes.
That was the weird, like, the amalgamation abomination thing that you fought in the basement of the castle. All right, there we go. And I have a short little blurb for you here. This circular room may have once been a cistern. Upon the walls are now dozens of immaculate paintings and artworks. Several passages lead from this room to other exits. One has a metallic door covered in stunningly complex mechanisms and locks. Beside it is a wooden wine cabinet. The other is rather nondescript, meaning the other door. The meticulously, the one with all the locks and shit is the one at the end of this location here. All right, let me move this map down for everybody who's watching at home and doesn't know what the fuck I'm doing. It's the one with the crazy ass doors at the end here. There's another less immaculate, more just iron reinforced wood door here. And then all around these walls, you can see there's paintings. There's anywhere from 40 to 50 paintings on these walls in various forms of artwork, as well as various odds and ends. And there's basically a wine cabinet over here at the bottom that you see. There are plush lounge chairs or benches around the artwork. A variety of various things scattered about. This looks like at a glance, looks like some sort of personal gallery collection area.
Okay.
Just at a glance, trying to think, is anyone proficient in performance?
Did actor give you proficiency in performance?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
It doesn't show up, but I thought that it did.
No, I'm athletic and perception.
So let me click back on it.
I thought Chugrulk, you
Yes.
were proficient in
Chugrulk,
performance.
you are.
Oh, yeah,
I'm
no,
looking
I
at
am
your sheet.
proficient.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you get it from your
I was gonna say,
gladiator
what the-
background.
So I was reading it just talking my.
Yeah.
Oh, that's from fighter features, right?
Right, yeah, it's from your
I
gladiator.
don't get it.
You don't get it, okay.
Yeah, I got performance.
Chugrulk, of all people.
Hmm.
Performance comes in many forms. For you, it's more of the combat arts, but you are familiar from Caspian descent that there are more of the traditional arts. Some of these paintings you do recognize from far and wide. Many are from the continent of Westmar, but there are Caspian paintings here. Some of which you recognize as famously crafted by fine artisans that could be worth, each individual painting, some of these potentially could be worth thousands in an auction house. Each painting, and there's 40 to 50 of them. Others you're not 100% sure of, but some of these you do recognize. Now, you're not certain of their authenticity, but if they are real, some of these could be very valuable.
Okay.
Like the equivalent of, some of these are like the equivalent of what you'd see in the Louvre.
Okay.
Like of notoriety, like the equivalent of like the Mona Lisa. Or like a very famous Picasso or something, or like a Da Vinci painting.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you're not 100% sure of their authenticity, but if they are real, they could be worth thousands of gold apiece, maybe even tens of thousands. And there are close to somewhere around 4 dozen of them are scattered around the walls all around this area.
Damn. Okay. Well, I mean, I'm still kind of concerned about. I don't think we can. I don't think we're in a place to be just grabbing paintings and taking them with us right now, right? Like, but I'll obviously share this information. Yeah, I know we got a bag of holding, but I'm not sure how that works in this circumstance. But yeah, I'm gonna share the information nonetheless. You know what we're looking at and what we're dealing with.
Georgio, with your prior investigation and your investigatory mind, you do notice that you would notice the obviously the ornate door down here as you kind of step down. It is just littered with locking mechanisms, like probably over 2 dozen of them across this door in various capacities. And then a much simpler door here at the top. And then at the end of this hall, there's like a spinning wine rack with various bottles in it.
Spinning wine rack. Does it look like any of them have been moved lately?
Give me an investigation check.
6 and 6, so a 12.
Okay. It's hard to say. Some of them are pretty heavily covered in dust. You see a few of them have been changed recently, but nothing really jumps out at you initially.
None of the dusty ones have fingerprints on them.
No, not really. There's 12 total bottles here with various wine glasses. Caspian wines, a few from Westamar, 2 bottles of Illyrian wine. I mean, some famous vintages here, but nothing beyond that really jumps out at you.
I'm curious about this door with like a ton of gears and whatnot.
Okay.
Does it seem like that there's simply like a keyhole of some sort?
There are many keyholes.
Oh, there are many keyholes. Okay.
There's like a dozen or 2 dozen locking mechanisms across this door. It is like a clockwork nightmare on this door. It is littered with like various locking mechanisms on this door.
But and all of the gears and stuff are exposed on the door?
Some of them are, some of them aren't. They seem to be like intermingled. It is super complicated. Like if you want to take a deeper look at it, it would require quite the investigation check to ascertain like the sequencing of this.
I'm not smart, so I would just look at it and be confused.
Yeah, the closest thing in relevant like complexity that you've seen are the few times you've seen the inner workings of your companion Tim's clockwork form. Yeah, it's that level of complicated. Just pinned to a door.
Sure.
Like it looks like the inner guts of the clock tower slammed on slammed onto the surface of a door. Speaking of Tim, what are you doing while this is going on?
Let's see. Oh my god.
So just as a reminder, plain door by Giorgio, paintings all around the outer of this rounded area, spinning wine rack, complicated mechanism door.
Can I go to the complicated mechanism door?
You very well can. It would be over here. Would you like to take a closer look?
Yes, please.
Give me an investigation check. You are able to surmise that several of these locks work in sequence, and it would take a skilled level of dexterity to even unlock one, let alone all of them in sequence.
Hmm.
And you notice that if one is triggered incorrectly, they tend to reset one another. And there are 24 of them that have to be triggered in sequence correctly. But what you do notice, additionally, as you're passing your hand close to one of the keyholes, because there are, like I said, nearly 24 like various keyholes and locking mechanisms, but there's only one that seems to have a small draft coming out of it. Like about 2/3 of the way down, there's a very soft draft coming through one of them. Like the keyhole is about the size of like the end of a ballpoint pen, like a big pen.
Hold on. I feel like I have something. Can I see through the hole, like, at all?
It is pitch black through the hole, but you feel as you stare down through this like small, like larger than a pinhole, but like I said, about the diameter of like a ballpoint pen or like a throwaway, office pen. You feel a gentle like current of air coming out of that hole. But you cannot see anything down it. It is like pitch black.
Can I, even though it's pitch black through there, can I use my staff to cast Arcane Eye into the room?
Does the Arcane Eye, does it have a material form? Like a corporeal form, or is it non-corporeal? Like what is the, can you put the spell? Oh, you did. Okay,
I did.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Create an invisible magical eye within the range that hovers in the air for duration. You mentally receive visual information from the eye, which has normal vision and dark vision up to 30 feet. The eye can look in every direction. As an action, you can move the eye up to 30 feet. There's no limit to how far away from the eye you can move, but it can't enter another plane of existence. A solid barrier blocks the eye's movement, but the eye can pass through an opening as small as 1 inch in diameter. As small as 1 inch in diameter. This is smaller than 1 inch.
Ah, fucker. I knew you were going to say, it's like, it's a half inch.
Like I said, this is a it's smaller than 1 inch.
Okay.
Like I'm looking at the description by the author, and that's why I'm basing it on that.
Sure.
Very, I almost, yeah. If it hadn't said 1 inch, I would have given it to you.
Okay.
But yeah, no, you surmise that in order to cast this, you would not be able to, like, it would just be ever so slightly too big. It'd be like trying to pass a golf ball through a garden hose.
All right. Well, I guess I just gotta take this gem off, I guess.
Fuck it, fireball. The answer is always fireball.
All right. Is there... Oh shit, okay. All right, so you said it's like a series of fucking dexterity checks for this lock?
Oh yeah. Like 24 of them.
Oh god, okay.
And they are not easy. These mechanisms are like high tier expert fucking Skyrim hard locks. Like that is the information you get from researching that. Like this would take a very dexterous individual to figure this out. And they would have to do them all in sequence without failing once.
Okay.
Damn.
Well, that ain't me. All right. I gotta think about it. That's all I'm gonna do for now. I just gotta think about it.
Okay.
I have a quick question with this door, Stopper.
Which door?
The door of many gears that Tim's in front of.
Sure.
The door itself, is there any space to like either side of it, or is it just like hallway and then this door takes up pretty much like the whole end of the hallway?
It goes like flush on all sides, top, bottom, and sides.
Oh, that sucks. Okay.
Yeah, you don't see any light. You don't feel any draft other than that little pinhole that Tim notices. That is the only like movement of air as you feel out of that one part.
Okay. But the door itself, it doesn't seem like it's a hinged sort of situation.
No, you in fact don't understand how this moves or even opens.
Okay. Damn. Well, there goes my idea.
Yeah.
I literally had no ideas on this gear door when we got to it. It looked fucked. It sounded fucked.
Actually, I do have an idea. One sec, let me look up something. Maybe you would know, Stopper. What's the smallest? Is there a small enough creature that I could polymorph into? Like, could I polymorph into like a gnat?
Oh shit.
Spider. Spider or a flea would be probably the smallest. I mean, I would say both are equivalent. I would just say use the spider stat block. I mean, the keyhole that you see, it is the size of a standard keyhole, is the where you feel that draft coming out of.
Okay. So just like knowing how tiny a spider is, would that give me some idea that like, hey, might be able to crawl through this thing or get to some point and see what's on the other side?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I think spiders have dark vision, so okay, I'll polymorph myself.
Okay. You watch as your companion slowly begins to change in a shadowy pool of energy and then vanish from sight. And as you feel totally confused, you look down and you see this tiny little spider in place of where your companion once was. Do you attempt to crawl through the keyhole?
Yeah, I'll crawl up the door and try to wiggle my way through.
Okay. Even for the spider, this is a tight space, but it is just wide enough that you can get through as you find yourself in a thin copper tube that winds its way through a series of what you can only imagine are solid walls of dirt, rock, concrete. You're not quite sure, but the tube itself travels a good distance, probably 100 to 120 feet.
Okay.
You almost begin to feel like you're getting turned around and you're not quite sure, but you slowly begin to see light peeking out in front of you before you find yourself in a room as you crawl out the other side of this thin copper tube. Again, not much wider than like the end of a ballpoint pen, like the radius of the back of the pen. And you find yourself in a room. I'm going to move your character into the position where you find yourself as I reveal.
Bitch, I'm in the dark.
You'll see in just a moment. This is what you see. You find yourself in what looks like a study of some sort. A private office. Just a sec here. Beyond the door is a tidy and luxurious office paneled with wood and bookshelves. 3 bronze candelabras illuminate the chamber with soft ember light. A mahogany desk sits in the middle of the room with a sumptuous upholstered chair behind and 2 fine wooden chairs before it. Atop are several neatly stacked papers and journals, a lamp, and a box of fine fountain pens. Several large framed mirrors hang on the wall opposite the desk, and to the left and right of the room. A mottled globe rests on one corner, and in the other is a petrified wingback chair fixed to the floor. So this is the wingback chair behind the desk. And then there's another couple like less ornate chairs in front of it, sort of, for guests and meeting. This is the globe. This is the bookshelf with the sort of reading lounger chair that it was described. And then this is the mahogany desk. And then there's a plain, similarly looking door to the one, not the complicated door, but the other door that you noticed previously. But you can see that it is, warmly lit in this space. And with that discovery, we'll go ahead and end for tonight.